about you? You're fine?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm fine.
Okay.
I'll tell you. It's a long story, but yeah, eventually I'll tell you.
So I've started
Hello.
sharing the screen.
Yeah.
So is it visible for you?
Yes, it is.
Okay. What time is it in your place?
It's exactly probably 1 5 a.m. Sorry.
So still you have
Midnight.
not slept because only of this course?
Usually I sleep only about probably 2 3 a.m.
Okay.
That's when I go to bed. But today, yes, it's only because of this.
Yeah. Okay.
Else,
Actually, this is the syllabus of this business analyst course, right? So it will
okay, I'll
include
make a
this.
note of it.
Yeah. You have the brochure, however, this is only modeled and mapped in
Great.
pictorial
Okay.
representation. Okay. So we have
Okay.
SQL, syllabus of business analyst, and syllabus of Tableau, syllabus of Power BI, and syllabus of Excel. So we have there are like I'll just open the model. So you see there are like 12 topics, and we have covered the first topic of overview of the basics of Excel, and we are in the second topic, which is working with functions.
Yep.
And also we have gone through the conditional expression, right, using the if statement.
If statement. Yeah.
Yeah, we have gone through it, if statement, and these many topics are related to the functions and or not, and most of the other things, 1 2 3 4 5 6, these six processes includes the VLOOKUP and HLOOKUP functions, which is an advanced function. Using this if statement and or not is very simple. I'll show you in the Excel sheet.
Oh. In case from Jan 7th, after yeah, Jan 7th onwards,
Okay.
are you fine with this time on everyday basis?
Yeah, yeah. In the
Or
evening, yeah,
Monday and
I'm
Friday,
good.
I'm on
But
this time, Tuesday to
so until the second week of,
Thursday, we
see,
can, even
yeah, until the second week of
coordinate
January,
it earlier.
yeah, yeah. Until the second week of January, I'm flexible with any of the timing. But after the second week, my clients might ask me to work in a different shift timing. I'm not sure. I will keep you posted on that.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, sure, sure, sure. Yeah.
Okay. I have created a sample table. Okay. I've created a sample table. And did you had some time to go through the, you know, the function
My
if,
last 2 days were little rough. I
okay.
was in hospital only, Sabaresh,
Okay, okay,
because
that's
my
fine.
wife had a fractured arm and I had to send her back to India today.
Yeah, okay, fine.
So, really, I was only, I didn't have.
Much time to go through it.
But whatever you were showing me in the class, I'm opening the Excel and I'm trying to follow it on my end as well.
Okay, okay. If statement we have already gone through. Maybe I will show you in the
Yeah.
which we have seen. So, do I have to explain you the if statement once again?
No, I'm actually clear with that.
Okay, this is pretty simple, right? Okay, and we will go through the using the logical functions of and, or, and not, which is the second
Yep.
processes.
Yep.
Okay. So the logical functions like and, or, and not in Excel helps us to evaluate multiple conditions, combining them or negate their results based on specific criteria. So we will see the overview and function. So and function basically
To if
what it does is
statement
like,
and or not as well.
okay, if statement is a separate conditional expression, and
Okay.
these are all like and, or, and not are related to logical functions. So if statement is a conditional expression, because in if statement
Okay.
we are asking the result to get the output like if this is what we needed or else this is what we need. This is the result we
That was a
require.
conditional.
Yeah,
Condition. Yeah.
that is a conditional. And using and, or not are related to the logical functions.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Okay. So the and function checks if all arguments or conditions provided are true. Okay, we will also see with an example. This is a sample table which I have created for to provide an example. Okay. So we'll try with the syntax. The unfunction checks if all arguments or conditions are provided are true. So I will say, I will take with an example. Okay, I'm using the and syntax with opening a bracket, and I will say I will ask the condition to, yeah, and I will check whether if it is greater than 35. Maybe I will ask if it is greater than 30, comma, and I am providing another logic which is related to. I will ask the same cell in the D4 whether if it is less than 27, 20. So it says false because you see it is obviously greater than true. You can use multiple statements, I mean you can use multiple conditions in a, logic, in the logical way, like using and or not. This is an overview just I'm giving you. If you have a large set of data, you can just explore it by yourself. Okay, this is only like relating, we will get output result like negative or true or false. It is more or like similar to the if statement, conditional expression. Okay, and or function is related to check if check if at least one of the specific condition is true. So in this case, so I have taken an example for and statement. So it says a is greater than 10. So it means obviously a1. I don't want to consider this a1. I mean, sorry. This is the formula. So what is the formula? B4. See, B4 is obviously 35, and we are asking if it is greater than 30. Yes, it is true. And also, so we are asking, actually both the conditions we are asking to check whether if it is combining. We are combining and statement. And is like logically combining, right? So or is like yes, either this or that. That is what the result. So logically, this is the logic of it. I will tell you about the VLOOKUP. Okay. So you had any? Do you have any idea about VLOOKUP and HLOOKUP?
Vertical lookup and horizontal lookup.
Horizontal lookup, yes, correct. So before doing the VLOOKUP, I would suggest you to. So when you have this kind of table, okay, this kind of table, if you have, I would suggest you to swap the columns and uh, rows. Okay, I'll tell you how to do it. So this is the raw data which I have. Okay, I'll just copy it. I'll copy the raw data, and then in the next sheet, I would ask you to place in the A1 cell and right click it, and you will have the option to transpose the rows and columns. You have to click on this paste option. So when you click on transpose the rows and columns, obviously the columns and rows would be swapped. Okay. So before performing the
So
VLOOKUP,
usually if we,
yes, we have to do this.
sorry, just to interrupt.
Yeah, we will have to
Okay.
do this for VLOOKUP and HLOOKUP function.
So we need to use the transpose, is it?
Transpose, which will swap the columns and functions. I mean, the columns and rows. Sorry.
Yep.
Okay, I would also give you an exercise. Like I have provided an example of and. So please try to have some calculation related to or and not.
Okay.
Okay, this can be your exercise to do. Or if you didn't find any answers, I
Okay.
will by end of the session or by tomorrow
Mhm. Got it.
I will have time. I'll complete it. I'll also make sure to share this file. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. So this and I have shown you or and not you will, so based on your experience please provide the result in the sheet, and the swap option I have shown you how to swap it, the columns and
So
rows.
this is for swap, is it? But is this for VLOOKUP and all?
Yes, this is
Actually,
for VLOOKUP. The table which we have, as the names are represented in the columns, and each subject of the student mark sheet is represented in this row, right? So we will have to swap this entire column without changing any data. So that is why we have copied this table, and then we have pasted as transpose. So it will transpose
yep.
the rows and columns. So we have done it in spite to perform the VLOOKUP function. So what is a VLOOKUP? So we'll see. So VLOOKUP in Excel allows you to search a value in the first column. Okay. So VLOOKUP in Excel allows you to search for the value in the first column and retrieve a corresponding value in the same row. Okay, whichever the cells we are placing it in the same row, we will get the result. This is what it says. The function has options for both exact and approximate matches. So this function will have options for both exact and approximate matches. So I will give you an example of a VLOOKUP function. Okay. So I will look for, first of all, I will have to open the syntax, right? For writing the syntax, you will have to include equal to and followed by VLOOKUP. Okay, open the bracket, and what is the value, lookup value that I would be looking for in this column. So what values do you need in the first column? I would need the,
Swap of table.
okay, I would need the mark of Dave. Okay, so this is the value I need. So I will mark it as Dave, which is the value into double quotation, and then followed by, put a comma for each of the syntax which you are using. So this is the column, I mean this is the table I wanted to retrieve the data, and then followed by, I particularly wanted to find the mark of science. Okay, mark of science. So in this column, you will have to mention the column number, because this is a VLOOKUP function. We don't have to mention the row number. Since this is a VLOOKUP function, we will have to find out in this table which column I need the result from. So first one, second one, third one, fourth one. So science is the fourth column, and I would need the mark of Dave. So it is lying in D5, right? So however, you don't have to consider the row. You can only consider the D column, which is 1, 2, 3, 4. 4. and then I would need to set up the range lookup, which is true or false. So in this case, we will only select false. Close the bracket, and we will get the result of 16. So which is correct. We have see, this is an simple example. So when you take a large set of data, if you need it to, so consider like this. This is only a mark of uh, terms. So there might be multiple terms, right? So you need a particular terms marks of a particular student. So it will be very difficult for you to get the result, right? So that is when we will use VLOOKUP function. And also take for an example, if you have transactional data, you will have a lot of data to explore. So this explains the VLOOKUP function, and I will go about the HLOOKUP. In HLOOKUP, nothing you will do. Instead, we will look for the row. Okay, I need to know the uh, George's language. Okay, language marks. I believe so. I will try to explore. So equal to h lookup, horizontal lookup, and the value which I wanted to look in George. Okay. So, so first of all, I have to provide the lookup value. What I wanted to look is like George or Bala. I'll say Bala, and Bala is lying in the third row of this column, comma, the index is obviously 1 to third row, and I might have to select the entire table. Okay, still we will have to okay, based on the column only, we might be finding the results. So in this case, I will not look for the names of the student. I will look for the subject of the student. So in this case, I will select like maths. No, the particular column for the student Bala. I will explain you once again. I'm just trying to. So HLOOKUP is the function, and value what I'm looking for a particular subject, which is language, and then I would be that's the value, and I will need to select the rows since it is H lookup, and then I will specify which row it is in. It's obviously in this. The entire table, and then the row number 1, 2, 3. 67. Correct. We will have to select the entire table only. For H lookup and V lookup, we would be selecting the entire table, and we will ask the Excel to provide the result based on V lookup or H lookup data. And one second. 5. Okay, got it. So you understand about the V lookup, right?
Yes, that one H lookup.
Okay, only the H lookup. I will tell you H lookup and V lookup functions are. This is what I told you about, because in the interviews they would ask a lot more questions about H lookup and V lookup. I will tell you whatever the explanation of the functions in Excel I provide you. It's not 100% which is correct. So I might go wrong. I would ask you to explore the functionalities. Okay, have these with your own sample data if you have so. So since you're in the production, you can always try it, right? You will
Yeah.
you will obviously have a better understanding than me. So HLOOKUP, what I will do is I will insert the function of HLOOKUP, and I will give the value, lookup value of the horizontal, which is Fatima. So I'm not understanding the concept of I would like to know the result of the rows only, right? So obviously the lookup value I would select as Fatima. So in this case, in HLOOKUP, as the example is given, I don't know why do I have to select uh, the languages, because it is in columns, right? So science or social, it is in columns. Just I'm not getting the concept of why it is like this. VLOOKUP obviously I can understand with an example provided, and HLOOKUP value I will look for the language. This is the value, and with comma I will have to select the table, which is the entire table, and then the row index number. So in this table the row index number will be like, I wanted to know the language mark of Fatima. So it will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Seventh row. And obviously an exact match. So I'm getting it. Okay, this is how you will perform the H lookup. For V lookup, you will you will refer the lookup value in the columns, and VLOOKUP, I mean, in the VLOOKUP, obviously you will look up for the value in each of the columns. I mean, in the first column of the table, right? This is what it is explaining. So VLOOKUP in Excel allows you to search for the value in the first column. So this is what we are finding. In the first column, the VLOOKUP value always should be in the first column. And in HLOOKUP, the searches for the value in the top row of the table and returns a value in the same column for a specified row. So it says, so I think it should be like this. In the VLOOKUP, we are able to find the name of the student, and then, okay, I will do a thing. Okay. This is where it is swapped. So we will just, for the better understanding, so I have swapped this column. Am I confusing you?
I'm looking for the H lookup, but yeah,
VLOOKUP, are you clear with it?
yeah, VLOOKUP is clear.
Okay. So nothing. The concept is very similar only. Only the logics how you are applying matters. So this is the formula they I have already tried to explain the concept in this academics mark sheet. I will also try to explain you. So equal to H lookup. So horizontal lookup, I am going to, I wanted to do a horizontal lookup. The function I have placed it, I will open the bracket, and I will need to find the name of the person which starts with D or C. Okay. So what I will do is
Okay.
I will mention the lookup value C, and a star mark, and then close the double quotation, comma, and then the table array.
But
In
what is
this
the
table,
star mark?
yeah, star. So whatever the name starts with C, it will appear.
Oh,
So however, we are giving only false, right? So it will in the, you see the range lookup which is popping here. The range lookup, after we have inputted the row index number, so we will have to define it as either true or false. So because we are not providing, we are not giving any inputs like conditional statements or any um, like expression like if statement. So we are particular about the result. If it is true, tell it is true. If it is not true, so just provide the result of false. This is the only condition we are giving, right? So in this case, when you type C, so whatever the columns you have selected, the names of the C might appear. So I will say you, so H lookup, the
yeah.
column, yeah.
So but it's a standard thing that we need to use the star, is it? After the value?
No, a star is like the names, the number of names which is starting from C. Take for an example, you have different components. Okay, a big organization might have different products, right? N number of products they might have, and they might have to find only the product name which starts with L, for an example. So while doing
Yeah.
the HLOOKUP function, so the name which is starting with L, everything would appear in the Excel. Okay, so you cannot keep on searching like one by one, right? So you have to provide the function to call all of the names. You wanted to see all of the names which is starting with L. That is when you will use this star mark after a letter. Okay. So, and the column, the column which I will select is the entire column. And the row index number, which is the row I will select, is like 1, 2, 3. Which row I would need to select is like, maybe I'll select only one. False. You see, instead I will select 2. So what will happen? I have selected the entire table and I am asking and I am changing the row index number to 1. So it will only check the first row, right?
It will the first row, is it?
Yeah, it will only check the first row
Okay.
because I have mentioned the row index number as 1. That is why it is reflecting C. Yeah, this is an example of J. To be precise, this is the syntax, HLOOKUP syntax for this table. I needed to find the name of, I needed to find whose name is starting with C. In the first row, I have got Charles. So what I will do is I will just change it to row number 3. So Charles Charles mark of max is like 12. This is what we are getting, we are receiving as an output. So basically HLOOKUP function is to look the value in the in the horizontal column, horizontal row, and VLOOKUP is basically to look up the value in columns, which is vertical. Okay. So I would suggest you to try it with your own data sets. You will have a better understanding than me. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. And we will see about the match index. So match index is nothing but, however, the computer might, you see, when a computer, it understands only zeros and ones, right? So matching function is only nothing but, so we have used if conditional expressions before starting a scenario, before starting the calculation of the function. We will use the function as if function. We have gone through it, and we have gone through and statement, and we will have to go through about or and not statement. And we know to look up to use the VLOOKUP function, we have to swap the columns and rows, which we have done. And VLOOKUP a function where to look the values through columns vertically, and HLOOKUP is the value which we can find from the table in horizontally, which is in rows. And we have gone it, and the match function is in this Excel sheet we can match the exact value of what we are looking for, and it will result in 1 or 0. Maybe I will. Okay, what are we matching? We are going to match, open the function, and we would like to match 67. Maybe I don't know whether the result might come in expected way. I would need to match only 67. Okay, in the table which I will select here. Okay, and I would need only the exact match. So that's why I select 0. Then close the bracket. you won't get. So maybe for mathematical function, you will need some more syntaxes to be added. So instead of lang, I have I will just write with uh, row. Okay, row div. It's not appearing. So I will have to select the column names of the subject. Select maths. Okay, one more time. I'll go to the. Okay. So these things most probably I would be preparing in the session, but however, since I had some time, I have already prepared this SOP. Okay, already.
Yeah.
So I will see. So VLOOKUP in so we are exactly matching using the VLOOKUP function. So VLOOKUP in Excel allows you to search for a value in the first column of a table and retrieve a corresponding value in the same row from another column. The function has options for both exact and appropriate matches. We will need to match it. Okay. For matching, we have two things, which is exact match and appropriate match. So matching. So when range lookup is set to false or zero, VLOOKUP performs an exact match. Yes, correct. So that is why I have used zero. If you are mentioning like one or minus one, it is an approximate match. So it searches for the exact value in the first column of the table and retrieves the corresponding value. This is what an exact match says. So this will search for the first column, a match. If an exact match is not found, it returns NA. Okay. The syntax for exact match. So Excel, we have to mention the match function. This is not VLOOKUP actually. It should be match. Okay. So we will see about the exact match, how it is performed. So I think we should be able to use VLOOKUP function to use the match function. So VLOOKUP is the function which I'm going to use, and the lookup value. What is the value I wanted to uh, see? So I wanted to see the value of this is column, right? Obviously we can only find the result from the column. For function it might be different. I mean, for the mathematical function it might be different. We will go deeper into it in the later session. uh, so however, I am giving you an overview of VLOOKUP and HLOOKUP, match functions, and exact match, appropriate match, these differences. So we will have to use the VLOOKUP function, and the lookup value which I will take as obviously A is the column I'm going to perform the searches for, and I will select maths and close. And the table array is this table, and the column index number. And the column index number I might provide like which column? First column, and I need an exact match. So instead I will change the second column. So cells 98 for match. Okay. So when you're matching, so matching is related to, Nishal, I will tell you, matching is related to, you wanted to know the marks of the each student for a particular subject. So what you will do is you will use the VLOOKUP function to match the marks of each of the student for a particular subject, right? This is what you wanted to do. So what you will do is, obviously match function you can find it in the VLOOKUP only. So we will have to, are you in the line with me?
Yeah, yeah.
You're getting it right? You're getting the logic right?
Kind of. Once
Okay, you see, we have gone through the H lookup, I mean the V lookup and H lookup. So
this is for matching, right?
this is for matching. So obviously for matching, we should be using V lookup to match the
Okay.
subject of each, I mean to match the mark of each student in a particular subject, because subjects are defined in row and student marks are defined in columns, right?
Yep.
So VLOOKUP is the function which I'm using it, and what is the value that I will need to know is like, for this particular language subject, okay, language subject, from this entire column I will need to know the mark of the first candidate, first student, which is Abdul, but it is in the second column, right?
Yeah.
So that is why I select 2 in the second column, in the column index number, and finally false to perform the exact match. So I am getting 24 because language is the lookup value which I have selected, and the column is this entire column, and 2 is like the second column. The entire table I have selected this thing, and 2 is like the second column, because we are performing the VLOOKUP. Obviously we cannot select rows, we cannot consider to uh, select the row number 3, we cannot consider this row number 2, because this is VLOOKUP, right? This should be like, logically this should be vertical lookup, column 2, which is B, and then we need an exact match, that is why we used false, and we are getting 24 is the result.
What's the difference between VLOOKUP and match? They both look same. Because when in match we are using the same VLOOKUP.
This is exact match. This is exact match. So I will have to provide an example with the appropriate approximate match as well, right? I tell you, this is an example of an exact match. I'll tell you.
So if it's an exact match, then it's just a VLOOKUP. The way we do it for VLOOKUP. It's
Yes.
exactly the same way how we do it for VLOOKUP.
VLOOKUP, yes.
Okay.
And an approximate match. What is an approximate match? We'll see here. So I wanted to copy this table and paste it in the approximate match. So I'll paste as values. Okay. So in the approximate match, only the what is it? Finally, the exact match or approximate match will change true or false only. So that is the difference I see. So however, we'll try it in the syntax. So the same, I will use the function of VLOOKUP, and the value which I would need to take is like vertically. I will select English this time, and the table array. So instead, I will VLOOKUP, and the value which I will select for English, comma the table. This time you see the difference. I am selecting only the subjects. I am not selecting any of the. Okay, I can also select only the numbers. I am not selecting any of the header files.
Oh,
Okay, and the column index
this is for
number.
approximate, no?
Yeah, this is for approximation.
Yeah.
So the column index number, I will refer it to know the mark of Elisa. Okay. So I will consider this like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5. And I'll put that true. I don't know why it is like, maybe I'll change the formula. So when range lookup is set to true or 1 or omitted, VLOOKUP performs an approximate match, also called an approximate or approximate match. If an approximate match is not found, it returns the next smallest value. So I will search for 98. So we look up for okay. It searches for the closest match or the largest value that is less than or equal to the VLOOKUP value. If the lookup value is smaller than the smallest value in the first column, VLOOKUP. If the lookup value is smaller than the smallest value, okay, maybe I will have to select 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Since this is the smallest value, I will say 46. So the first column of the table must be sorted in ascending order from approximate match. Approximate matches are commonly used seamlessly if looking at price or tax based. Okay, This is another example which I have tried using. So we are going to use the VLOOKUP function, and so the vertical lookup function, I'll have to select the column of the constant's name which will start from K. Obviously I see K is there because of the name of king, K, which starts with king. That's why I put the star mark, and the column I will select here. S2 is the column index number. I need 2. Mistake I'm doing. Okay. Actually, I've used some scenarios using the and or not and using the VLOOKUP and HLOOKUP. I will have to go through the match and index as well. Okay, match and index. So
Okay.
index is nothing but I think I have a scenario where I can show you. Yeah. Matching and indexing is very easy. Indexing is very easy actually. When you see the formula only, you can easily understand it. Indexing is only referencing the cell and uh, I mean cell of a row and column. Actually, you see, of a table. I use the index function from this table. I wanted to know the third column, fourth rows details. So 1, 2, 3. Third column 1, 2, 3, 4. So it should be 89, right? 1, 2, 3. I will mention it as 3, comma 4. So obviously you will get the data of 12. So this is like third row and fourth column, which is mentioned here. You see, first we have to mention the row number and column number. Indexing is very easy. You wanted to
So it's matching the row and column, is it?
yeah, index is like obviously we know it, right? Index is pointing out something particularly. So we know we need this 16. Take for an example. So which data you need? Give me an example. So in this, what is the number that you have choose? You choose any of the number, it will tell you what is related to what.
46.
46, right?
Yeah.
46. So we'll have to know what this 46 belongs to. So I will use the function of index and I will select the table. And
Yeah,
first,
the complete table, is it?
yeah, the complete table, which one you need,
Yeah.
enter from the complete table. Mostly we will be selecting, we will not be ignoring any of the lines or columns from a table, right? So whatever the data we have it, we will include it. So that is why I have selected the entire table and I am selecting the row number, which is in this table which I have selected. I see 49 belongs, I mean 46 belongs to the second row, and then obviously I will select the column
That's
number, which
right.
is 1 2 3 4 5. So 46 we get as a result. This is index. So index we know how to index it, index the exact number, and VLOOKUP we have gone through, HLOOKUP we have gone through. I'll tell you about or and not and about matching functions, the exact match and appropriate match. Okay. So once this is done,
Hmm.
so once I'm able to explain you about the or and not functions, you try it from your end. If you're not able to get any results, I will explain you the or function and not function. Like those are related to logical functions, and I will have to explain you about the exact match, approximate match. Okay, and then we'll look
Okay.
about the table ranges, nested if. So those are all, the Excel is like a very complex tool, I would tell you. There are more functionalities and usages nowadays they are performing, because it
Mhm.
is day by day it is getting better, right? So
Yeah.
I will, if we know the functions only, it will be easier for us to work only in the Excel. We don't have to depend on any other tools. There won't be, we no need to any use. That is true. And validation is like a pretty easy concept only. And the templates, we would be creating some templates for standards. So those are all sorting and filtering, we obviously have used it. And the reports, working with reports is a large concept, and we will see some more functions. And formatting is very easy. Macros, I will macros is a big topic. And what if analysis and charts and new features of Excel. Oh, those are pretty simple only. I think tomorrow are you attending?
Yeah, I'm happy tomorrow, day after, I'm good. Don't have anything planned.
Okay. Tomorrow, in the sense, Saturday, Sunday, you are okay to attend the class in 6 o'clock or in this
Yeah.
time only.
Oh, Saturday, Sunday weekend. Saturday probably 6 a.m. Sunday 12:30 is fine.
Okay. Tomorrow you
12:30
wanted
as
to.
in 7 a.m.
Okay. You tomorrow wanted the session and 6 a.m. Indian Standard Time.
If you're okay with it, because being Saturday, I don't want to disturb your sleep as well. Huh? If not,
No, you have work
any time
tomorrow,
after.
or else I can. I will say 10 a.m. IST. Is it feasible for you?
I have work from 2 to 7 p.m. So I'll start 20 minutes before then. So from 1:40 to 7:20, I won't be. I've got my part-time job.
Okay.
So that
1:40 in
is
the
something.
sense Indian, as per the Indian Standard Time. What time it
No,
will be?
no, Australian time, Australian standard time.
No, that is what I'm asking you. In Indian, if you are starting in 1:30, it should be around what time? 9
8
o'clock,
o'clock.
8 o'clock.
8 o'clock in IST.
Okay, 8 o'clock.
So 7 would be. I won't. Yeah,
Okay, okay, we'll do one thing.
probably
We'll,
from 8:30 to 2 p.m. I won't be available. 8:30 to 2 p.m. I'm not available in IST. After
okay.
that, I'm again available from 2 p.m.
Okay, we'll do one
IST.
thing. So we will look into this and I mean or and not function. You see it, and I will tell you about the exact and appropriate match. Okay, how to use it. I will tell you
Okay.
by tomorrow. So possibly, if we have still have time, we'll look about the tables and dynamic ranges and other three processes as well.
Okay. Tomorrow you're okay with the evening session, like 4 p.m.
Yeah,
IST?
yeah. So in the evening session, we'll have like 2 hours. Will that be fine? So we'll try to cover
Yeah,
most
yeah,
of the
100%.
topics. Like we'll try to cover 3 and 4 data validations and
Yeah.
templates as well if we have time. And also,
Yeah,
you
that is fine.
see there
Monday
are
and Friday alone. Okay.
yes.
So, no, go ahead, please.
So actually, I was also I'm not much proficient in Excel. Okay, I am as I've told you, I'm a functional business analyst, where I'm also learning some more new concept like SAP's TRM. Mostly since I have completed my graduation in commerce, I'm very much interested in performing stock trades and the products like capital markets into financial market. I'm very much interested in. So but that is why I'm going through a course also, and also I'm training a candidate for SAP TRM from ACT Technologies only. And also meanwhile I'm training you about the business analyst. So I'm here and there, I'm much occupied, and also I'm working for a company. You see, I'm very much occupied in this and that. I was not able to prepare any study materials or not able to create any schedules, okay, particularly to business analyst or SAP or to my work. So it is being like more collapsed. So however we'll go through it. Okay, we'll go through in the sense I will tell you it might take some time. Are you in a rush to complete this course?
No, if you say how long it will take, I'll have an estimation because if I start applying for roles,
Yes,
I should at least be knowing something. No,
yes,
the
that
whole
is
thing is,
yes.
I've got people telling that I can just go apply. You can, no need to do. But for me, I don't want to do it that way. I
Okay,
don't want to go and sit in a company without even knowing what the basics are, what a business analyst is.
okay. So I
So
will tell
that's the
you.
reason I
So
haven't done.
there are only like 5 syllabuses are covered from ACTE technologies, but however,
Mm.
there are like requirement gathering is a part of uh, business analyst, right? So this is not a part of this topic from ACTE. And also technical business analysis concepts are not mentioned here, and process mapping, modeling is not mentioned here. And you should be able to know about how would you collaborate with people by having a call, by having about latest scrum and scrum technologies, right? Kanban
Yeah,
and
yeah,
scrum.
yeah.
So there are like two
I don't
meetings.
know Kanban, but Scrum, yes.
Okay. So, and also to prepare a model, you should always know about ASIS and 2B processes, like creating the documentation. So, how I have created, you see, for an example, this is an SOP which I am showing you, right? This is an SOP which I am showing you. I will consider this as an ASIS model. This is an access of Excel, and I will have I you and I are preparing 2B SOP for you alone, right? This is 2B. So by referring the access model, we will need to create a 2B. You understand? You get any gist of what I'm intended to say?
Yeah.
So always we will have to create an SOP in two levels. Maybe we are not creating it. The client or stakeholder would provide an SOP, would provide a text document, or would provide a image or a video material related to the content. We will always consider it as an as is model, as is SOP. or a access model, we can say. And when we receive the access model, the business analyst should be able to prepare a 2b model. After preparing the 2b model, what you will do, you will give it to the technical team. That is what business analyst will do. If you are a functional business analyst, you will provide the 2b models to the technical team. And if you are a technical business analyst, I don't know what should be the next step they would be doing it. So after the requirements, I mean the 2b models have given to the technical team, they would enhance the process. Maybe they would implement it. Okay. So these parts are not covered in the business analyst syllabus of you see ACTE technologies. But I will tell you, for syllabus of Excel, we should be able to cover in 2 weeks in a stretch. If you are attending for 1.5 or 2 hours every day, we should be able to cover the entire topic in 2 weeks. And SQL and about so the 5 courses are there, right? Take it like 3 months, 3 months of time. You do not consider the last week which you have attended. 3 months, and the since by end of the March you should be able to learn the entire concept. Whatever the terminologies I use, I used in my previous organization, I will provide the KT to you, and also provide you most of the documentation which we are going through. So once you have the kit only, obviously you will have an idea about what is all about the job role. Okay, I'm giving you a time frame. Within 3 months, you should be able to cover 80 percentage of the KT I will provide you.
So my kind request is prepare me only for what is really required for a business investment.
Yes.
Like you are
So
saying,
if you are,
using
so if you ask
Excel.
me, Excel, most of the companies you will not be preparing. But if you, it is good. If you know it, it is good. So Excel was not a part of my job role requirement. I was not using Excel more frequently. I used it for the stock trade platforms and all. I used Excel, but I have been not using this VLOOKUP, HLOOKUP, or macro function, because those functions are managed by the management team, where they will input the formulas and they will only reference our Excel sheet. So whatever I was preparing, so actually, I didn't have much opportunities to go in to look about the functions which I'm explaining you, and also I didn't have opportunity to explore about macros. The other concept which I have worked at, I have worked at reportings, how to take the report, how to use the report, how to read the report. Pretty much I know about it, and you see SQL, it is a query language we will call from the database, and the syllabus of business analyst course, it is an overview. We can easily complete it. And Tableau, it is an analytical tool. I will have to look on it. And also Power BI. Tableau is advanced than Power BI. Okay. So
Yeah.
Tableau is advanced than Power BI. So Power BI is an analytical tool from Microsoft. So we will see the functions and capabilities provided by the Microsoft only. So once we have gone through, we will compare the Tableau with Power BI. We will see it.
Okay, so you're convenient in Tableau and Power BI, is it?
I didn't get you. What was it?
I said, I mean, you work frequently on Tableau and Power BI. You told me that you're not that comfortable working with Excel, you know.
Yes.
You're
No,
not able to
actually, I
manage
worked
it
as a
on that.
functional business analyst. I don't see these are all mostly related to technical business analysis. SQL is very technical, Excel is technical, Power BI is technical, Tableau is technical. Only the business analyst course I see which is very, very relevant to me, because this will only contain the functional process of all of this course. But however, as a business
I
analyst,
only wanted to be a functional one. I didn't want to get into the technical side.
okay,
Technical side.
okay, that's fine. That is what I'm telling you, because there are people who do the technical steps and they are ready to do it. So I'm very comfortable in finding the business processes only. So when you identify the business processes, you can find the problems and provide the solutions.
But you're okay with all the Power BI and Tab,
Yes,
you know what is, will
yeah,
you be
that
flexible then?
that is what I
Or
mean to see. See, when you become a business analyst for a bank like Deutsche or Society General, so you should be able to understand the technical concepts, whatever they are telling. As a business analyst, you will have to learn it, right. So that is what I am trying to do it here as well. I'm I will tell I'm experiencing and also I'm experimenting all of the technical tools which is provided. So that is why I take a lot of time to learn about it and give you an overview. If you're not understanding, please you see we have a Slack channel also. Please comment your questions there. So we will go through it. Or if you have more insights than me, please do tell me. I will also learn from you. It's like I might miss many of the things, right? I might not know many of the things.
I've got zero knowledge in a computer or what this IT is all about. Zero knowledge because as I said, my bachelor's is in chemical engineering and master's is in environmental engineering.
Okay.
I don't use any of these terminology or anything related to IT stuff and all this.
Okay.
So this is completely new to me.
So it's
Whatever you teach me, only I will able to understand what is what, and I'll have the basic understanding of.
actually actually I will tell you. So it,
Yes.
this it, too easy is like if you learn the BPM, it is very easy. BPM in the sense business process management.
Mhm.
So I will tell you to not learn the technical steps. I will ask you to learn the functional processes of BPM, business process management. All of the companies will be managing the business processes, and we should be able to understand the business processes functions, not the technicals. We don't have to get into the technical stuff, but however, once we cover the syllabus only, we should be able to know the technical things, how to work.
Is there a possibility that we can talk to this coordinator or stuff and make them understand that this is not being looking into get it changed, or they won't do that?
I'm not sure because if see if you ask me, I won't give you more in-depth technical details, technical stuffs. Okay, I will enhance you. I will provide the more documentation part like SOPs. I will give you the functional businesses overviews. I will explain you about the process maps for how to prepare. Okay, how to prepare I will provide you the logics of how to prepare a business process maps or how to model a business process in a functional way. So technical or will also be included since we have technical syllabus. Okay, that is why we have gone through, you see, we have gone through a lot of technical steps which is related to providing the functions, how to use the functions of Excel. This is very very minimum. We have only covered 2 to 3 percentage of the syllabus, right? So only in the 2 to 2 percentage of the 2 to 3 percentage of the syllabus we know how to customize the options in Excel, and we have gone through using the basic functions and if function, conditional expression functions and logical functions. We have gone through the reference functions, matching function, approximate matching function we will look into later, and dynamic ranges also we will look later. So however, you see there is a lot of scope to learn, right? So I would suggest you not to skip this opportunity.
Okay.
And if you're not
Yeah,
interested in
definitely.
learning this technical also, you can just ask them, but I will suggest you to learn technical as well, because it will be easy for you to understand the concept. Since you have completed graduation in engineering, you might have a lot of syntax and calculations to perform, right? Because I am an accounts
Yeah.
professional, I would say number is what I will think about. I will think about the values only. Take for an example, in SAP also, you should have a predefined value or budget for a particular product to understand how we can suggest the enhancements in the tool, in the SAP tool. So like that, I will tell you about the functional business processes, how we can model it, how we can map it using the technical syllabuses. So don't get me wrong if I'm just confusing you too much. Okay,
Oh.
okay, we'll connect by tomorrow. That's fine, right?
Yeah, yeah, sure, sure. I'll ping you what before, probably what was time to
We
give you the
schedule
time.
for tomorrow 7, right?
Tomorrow, 7.
So you should be, you will
7
be,
a.m. IST, is it?
yeah, you will be leaving
Just
from
one
your
minute.
home
Okay.
around 8,
Yeah,
8:30.
we'll only have 1 hour tomorrow then if we start at 7.
Okay, we'll have it in the evening session then.
Evening, it's up to you, your free time.
Yeah, 4 to 6 we will have it.
Evening is like 4 to 6. Okay, yeah, 4 to 6. Done.
4 to 6 we'll have it.
That is
We will have much
9:30
time.
for me, yeah. 9:30 to 11:30 then. Yeah, yeah, that is totally fine. Done.
Okay. Okay then.
Done, done.
Okay. See you, Nisha.
Thank you. Thank you so much for
Take
your
care.
time.
Yeah, yeah, sure. Thank you.